Welcome to the Spilled Ink and Coffee Show, where we take book discussions to a new level. We don't just read books, we interview them, journal about them, sip coffee, spill thoughts, and explore stories on and off the page. Grab a cup and get cozy, because every book deserves a great conversation.
Whether you've already devoured this book in a day, or you're here because everyone else won't shut up about it, we've got takes, hot takes, and extra hot takes. Let's sip, gush, theorize, and celebrate the story everyone is talking about. The Astral Library.
Hey friends!
Hey friends!
Today, this is a special bonus episode for you.
Ooh, sparkle shine, sparkle shine.
Okay, so we're in for the treat because I'm looking at February. We're about to go into our February books, and Rachel's February book of the month is The Astral Library by Kate Quinn. It's a phenomenon happening online, so we're doing a very special presentation on this. So Rachel recommended this, and then I hopped on the bandwagon after she gave me the gist of what it was about, because she had already read it, and then I read it. And now we're about to give you our tandem review of The Astral Library by Kate Quinn. We both audiobooked this.
We did. Have you read any other?
I have never.
So never. Okay, so this is your first Kate Quinn.
This is my first Kate Quinn, and this is like your 100th.
Yeah.
So everybody should know that you're going to get the perspective of somebody who understands Kate Quinn through and through, loves and adores a lot of her, all her things.
Yeah.
And that I do not know this author at all. So this will be interesting because this is far from what she normally writes. So tell us about that.
That's interesting because, Kate Quinn is a historical fiction goddess. I love her books. They're almost always, and it's the same in this one, they're always told from the female perspective. Her historical fiction books are just so female powered and diving into how women have helped shape history in our world, which I love. So I feel like I'm learning something and enjoying. So this was like a real, left turn, because this is, I'm going to call this like either fantasy or magical realism. I think I would classify one of these two as, because it takes place in the real world, but with lots of magic. And she even says, I would almost recommend to you, if you're, and I think I said this to you after when I told you, definitely either listen to or read her author's note. I almost would suggest you listen to the author's note or read the author's note first.
I agree with you.
Because I think you get a real sense of her purpose in this book, because it is so different.
If you are a Kate Quinn fan, from what I've read on Goodreads after posting my Goodreads, a lot of people who are her diehards were not thrilled with this. But I agree with your statement. Had they listened to her author's note, and hopefully everybody's listening to this now, the gist of it is this is a story that she wrote in honor of her relationship between her and her mother, who is a librarian. Mm-hmm. And I think if you had that context before being a fan, then you would be like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful.
And I think that's what's important, because it's still her writing style. It is still a very much a Kate Quinn dialogue, descriptions through and through. Like nothing changed there. It's just, this is set in 2026 in a magical library. And I think a lot of times people who read historical fiction stick to historical fiction or nonfiction, and they don't often drift into the fantasy, magical realism world. So I think that's why there's probably like a little bit of a disconnect, maybe.
People should view that as an opportunity to maybe branch out as a reader.
I mean, because this is, and that's one of the things I've always enjoyed about Kate Quinn's books, is that they're very readable. There's thought there, but it's still a story, slightly soap opera-y. There's things to learn, Like even in this, I was reminded of books that I'd forgotten I'd read, making you, think about. Well, I'm probably jumping ahead a little bit, but like one of the things. Well, no, you give the summary.
No, you can go ahead and go for it, because now this is just a big conversation, all things Kate Quinn, actually.
The gist of the book is a struggling 20-something in Boston who loves books but is on the life struggle bus. She ends up falling into discovering the Astral Library, which is there to save people. And when you go into the Astral Library, you actually have the opportunity to go and live in the books. Not as the character. You're not going into Sense and Sensibility, to live as one of the main characters. You're not going into Pride and Prejudice to marry Mr. Darcy. That's not possible. You are going to live in that world. So you're going to live probably around Netherfield. I love that she put the stipulation for it is it has to be books that are in the public domain. So you can't go jump into George R.R. Martin. You can't go jump into Chronicles of Narnia. I can't go jump into the Briar Club, one of Kate Quinn's books, because those are still held in copyright. I loved that because then it made me, as I was listening, it made me start to think, oh my gosh, what books in the public domain would I want to go live in? And then she's like, oh, I want to go. I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that book. I haven't read that since I was a kid. Oh my gosh. So I love that it was a great story, but it still made me think about, oh, that painting. I didn't know I could go live in a painting. Forgot about that painting. Oh my gosh, what painting would I want to go live in? So I think it was in equal parts, I don't want to call it fluff, but enjoyable, easy read, and slightly thought-provoking.
So I'm actually going to hone in on what you're saying a little bit. You said books can save people.
Yeah.
That's really, that's a big message right there, that she was on the struggle bus. And the book can save you. If you're on the struggle bus, go to your library and get lost in a book. The other thing you told me is that we're living in the books, and what a wonderful thing to bring back your childhood imagination.
And it was fun because they went into Dracula, and we had just read Dracula.
It was wild.
So I was like, oh, I know where they are. Oh, wait a minute. You could go turn into a vampire?
This book had so many messages in the undertone woven through that if people weren't on their high horse of Kate Quinn, why'd you do this? They might have actually seen a couple of new messages. Like for you, it reignited books that you're like, oh, I have forgotten about it. I
totally forgot about those books.
For me, I have never read anything by her. Now I'm curious, I'm open to it, and if there's more in the Astral Library, you better believe I'm there.
And I think
she gained a new audience.
There's definitely a place for a sequel. I agree. I feel like it's gotten mixed reviews. It's either people love it or they're like, what is this? And why is this?
Let's talk about the stars you gave it.
Mm-hmm. I gave it 4 stars.
Where's the 5th one for you?
The ending. The ending's fine. It was the way it ended.
And I agree with you.
Without giving away too much. It involves a dress, and a meeting. And I was like, this is all ridiculous and unnecessary. And I'd never actually felt that before in a Kate Quinn book, where I felt that this is just, who does this? So that was where the 5th star
is for you.
I was like, man, if we had done this without the dress, if we had done this, and I'm trying not to give stuff away, if she had come in all of her power in that moment to stand up for the library, I think I would have better received that. But it came across as hokey.
So I gave it 5 stars, but I wanted to give it 6. So I'm going to say where's the 6th star.
Okay.
Because this book got me. My 6th is obsessed. I want to be obsessed. But because of the ending, different reasons, maybe same but different. It was so fast. It was like,
yeah, it was fast.
I had to go back and re-listen to make sure I was comprehending everything that was happening because it just went balls to the wall.
Yeah. That's a good way to just, like the last
2 chapters. I was just like,
Really, I felt like the last, probably, if I'm listening to it, the last, like, 90 minutes, hour to 90 minutes, I was like, oh, wait, what?
Right.
Like, I felt like I had to rewind it. Like, did I miss something? Like, what just happened there?
Yes, it did, for sure. However, these are both very big ratings from us.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be obsessed, and you wanted to give it 5 stars.
I wanted, just between my love of Kate Quinn and the gist of this, the idea that you can go live in a book, and a book that living in that book can rescue you.
Which they can go to your library, get a book. The library's free, and getting into a book can help you emotionally. Mm-hmm. It gets you out physically, go walk around. But yes, to Rachel's magical realism point.
I wanted to see her spend more time in the books. Which I think there's a place for that if there's a second book.
Yeah. I agree, because I did want to see the same thing. One of the rules, she could only pick 3 books to try.
Right.
And then, was that it? Her library card expired? I mean, that obviously wasn't where the path went.
I mean, because clearly not, because when they were on the chase scene, I think they went through like 10 books.
But at that point, she was a designated page. So that's why, how clever of the play on words there, running as a page,
running
through
as
pages.
A page. Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. Let's talk about the narrator.
This is the same narrator she uses for most of her books.
And that's what, they had a conversation at the end. Mm-hmm. And her name is Saskia. And I'm not going to try the last name, forget it. I'm not saying her, but I loved her. I loved her as a narrator. She could do the voices. And you know me, I'm a stickler. So even now, knowing that her narrators for audiobooks makes me even want to go into more Kate Quinn stuff.
Yeah, if you like the narrator a lot, it's the Briar Club. So the Briar Club House. It's either the Briar Club or the Briar Club House. It's a boarding house in the 1950s in Washington, D.C., and it's told from the point of view of 4 different women living in the house.
I know. Rachel says, please more coffee. And I said, no, thank you. I'm already feeling the jitters.
More coffee. But they're 4 women from 4 very different parts of the world. And she does the voices for all 4 women with the accents. She's fantastic.
And now I'm intrigued. All because of her turning left into a different genre.
Yeah, it's a really good book.
Okay.
It's probably one of my favorite Kate Quinns.
Everything that you've ever recommended to me, I really have enjoyed. You've never let me down.
It's a good listen. Oh, and part of the book is told from the house. The house is
that's that one where you've told me this. Yeah. All right. Favorite character and why?
So I forgot to put my characters down.
It's okay. It's okay.
My favorite character was the librarian.
Okay, I had a feeling you would say that.
Yeah.
I imagine since this was ode to her mother, that she views her mother, with purple glasses and dragon wings.
She came across as teacher and no nonsense teacher, and I just so associated with that.
I get that.
So I was just like, I love her. Like, I love books. I'm here to help people, but let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
There it is. I had 2 favorite characters. My first one is the gallerist.
They are
the French.
Yes.
It's the French woman is how, or is it a
non-binary?
Man? Non-binary. Mm-hmm. Well, I was hoping that the gallerist and the librarian were a couple, because I kind of felt like in the beginning, some of that dialogue, they were so
I think there's an age difference.
In friendliness. I was like, please. But ultimately, who won out as my top favorite character is Dennis the Ghost.
And you know, when I read your Goodreads review, I saw that was, and I was like, oh, I forgot about Dennis. Dennis is great.
He was just like such a supportive, non-speaking character that she just tells you what he was doing and how he was like assisting, and I could just picture him. I'm like, yes, Dennis. And that his name was Dennis. Like everything about it. I'm on the Dennis bus here.
Did you, you might not have, but she said it in her author's note. She called herself out several times in the book.
Oh, it's one of my favorite quotes.
She lists herself as, like a crazy bitch boss who wants to work for Kate Quinn.
That's what it says. I work for Kate Quinn. That was one of my
Love
quotes.
that. And then in the painting, the Roman painting that they go and escape in, she references the Daughters of Rome series, and Sabine, who's the main character in the last 2 books in that series. So she actually, like, she's, oh, you like, are you hanging out with Sabine in Rome? It's like, when I listened to it, I was like,
Clever and cheeky.
I'm like, is she giving a shout out to herself?
Clever and
'Cause I read
cheeky.
those books and I know that character. So yeah, I enjoyed that little. And she name dropped a lot of really good authors, like current authors.
Oh, yeah, she did. Oh, yeah, she
I enjoyed
did.
that. I mean, I feel like this was just a fun. She didn't have to, I don't want to say, I'm sure she did research, but I feel like she didn't have to do a ton of research.
Right, because she was just telling
It
it
was
like
like love.
it is. Yes.
Yeah.
This is her love letter
Yeah.
to her mom and to the world of literature. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Because she could be fun and fancy free. So why did you actually go with this book initially?
Because it was Kate Quinn.
Okay. And then for me, it was because you recommended it. And then all of a sudden you're like, and it's blowing up all over the world.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, let's get on this bus and see what it's about. And did it grab you right away?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I was actually very surprised. Now you describe the writing style in 3 words, and then I'll do it in 3 words.
Simple. I don't know if I can come up with anything else. I feel like this was just a simple writing style, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
Mine would have been fresh because it's the magical realism, but like you said, it's 2026, and it seems like a lot more young people, and we were just talking about this earlier, not on the podcast, but separately, that a lot of these young people in the world are on a struggle bus, that they can't seem to get it together. They're couch surfing, just like she's couch surfing, trying to find, Libby Bibb.
Libby Bibb. Like, as soon as I heard that name, I'm like, yeah, that's not real. That has something to do with a book. Like, that's not real.
Honestly, but there's so many things, and I was trying to fit, like, that was how things went with this Libby Bibb. Didn't see it coming, because I really thought her friend, the designer, because he left so abruptly and out of, I was like, oh no, that's the bad guy. He's the villain in the story. But he's not. He winds up actually being, one of the heroes. So this does twist you around a little bit.
It does. And it's got some good characters.
So are you gatekeeping or obsessing over any of the characters?
I don't know if I'm actually obsessing over any of the characters.
Are you
I feel like
anything you're obsessing over in this book? Because I do have one thing.
I want to go work in the Astral Library.
Yeah, see?
I want to go, like, hang out in this place and just help people find books.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Because, I'm obsessing over is the book dress as a costume designer, as a visual art sculptor. I'm like, yes, I need to make this freaking dress out of books. I'm on it now.
Okay.
I need to just get the dust covers is how I would do it.
Okay.
I think that's my skill set is dust covers. Who needs the reality check?
Well, and I think, I don't think I wrote it down, but it was something in the book. There was a quote, like, anytime a board gets involved, it's going to be awful. And the library board needs to have a reality check.
For me, it's the male roommate and his girlfriend.
Oh my god.
They needed reality
What
checks.
the heck?
I was like,
They were the worst.
huh. I'm just like, are people really like that shallow about things?
Apparently.
And that we can't process through. I can't tell everybody what that was about. And it was such a small thing, but you don't get the realism without that.
The like the absurdity of the situation,
Yes.
but yet still the direness of where am I going to live? Yeah.
What's your core like memory, favorite scene?
First time she goes into a book with the librarian. Just that it's so like, oh my gosh, I'm really in. Because the first book she goes into is a Sherlock Holmes book. And I'm like, and that's when I was like, that's what started it. Oh my gosh, I forgot about Sherlock Holmes. I would love to live in Sherlock Holmes' house. Like, that would be amazing. I think that's when I was like, oh, this is cool. This is an imagination gone wild, and I love it.
It's interesting because I'm starting to see that you're really on that thread of the magic. And I think I got stuck on the thread of the realism because the core memory for me is when she finds out what actually happened to her mom. Because our
was
terrible. It was a gut punch. And
that was a gut punch.
And that's why it's my, like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling that so deep. So first of all, our main character, she is a foster child, guys. And then her mom gave her up. But I'm not going to tell you what she finds out about her mom. But man, oh man, that was a gut punch.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. So that's still with me.
And it really puts you in a world of, like, because she does talk about her experiences as a foster child and how books were her escape. It does make you think, like, God, these foster kids, they turn 18 and they're just released on the world with what?
No life skills.
I mean,
not every foster family is kind and loving and nurturing.
Like, what is next for you? So yeah, that made me
It's a lot. So I'm gonna read my review.
Okay.
5 cups of coffee. Didn't want it to end. I was really hoping it would hit 6 cups on my rating scale, meaning fully obsessed. And while it did not quite reach the unhinged obsession level, it was very close. My first Kate Quinn, loved it. Don't know if I will read more, although you just changed my mind with the Briar Club. But I really know that the magical realism is a happy place for me. The book didn't go into the direction I expected. I really thought it was going to be like, oh, she goes and lives in this book, and then I was going to see her whole life play out in one book. That's really what I thought was going to happen. So, guys, that doesn't happen at all, which is awesome. Fast-paced, twists and turns. When you think you need to be suspicious of someone, there's a revelation. It's very clever. It puns onward. Mm-hmm. I should have seen this from the beginning, but I didn't. We already talked about the momentum. You know what? I really wasn't ready to leave the world.
Yeah.
We had an exit just too fast. Now, there's a concept in here. This is not just about living in magical books, guys. You meet another character who is in charge of the Astral RPG video game world. And you can live inside video games. As soon as I heard this, and they tell you, you can live in Skyrim, you can live in The Witcher, I was like, wait, what? Because these come with soundtracks backing your entire living. And if you've ever listened to Skyrim is Lindsay Sterling's.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, the soundtracks of both of those, I mean, there were more that they mentioned, and I'm just living for it. And I'm just like, I think I would spend some time over there first, because I want to know if that soundtrack that's playing continuously like a video game, would it annoy me or not? Like, I put a lot of thought into living in a video game.
Yeah.
But they only touched upon that. The soundtracks are epic, but the stories are still driven in a video game. And we had a conversation about stories and video games with Dylan West, and how, we're hoping he gets some focus in what he's doing there. But there were parts when things were happening and I wanted to hear dun dun dun.
Got it. I see what you're saying there.
Another notable moment, the library cards attacking and slicing her.
I know.
I was like, Alfred Hitchcock, the birds.
Yeah.
It was very frightening, actually. Like, the description was frightening. Somehow I think I'd actually be more scared of weaponized library cards, though, than birds.
They both fly, so they wouldn't be high up on my list.
I appreciate an intentional use of the F-bomb a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're celebrating women of all shapes and sizes.
Yes.
We're body celebrating.
Yes, that was... I enjoyed that.
The quote is, I didn't see my size 22 fitting into that whalebone corset. And yet, he has everything she needs because we're talking about the real world people.
Yeah.
Rachel, read your review, and then we'll keep deep diving.
Okay. So I said, I do enjoy a book about books and libraries. This is such a different book for Kate Quinn, and I love that she references herself and her work. I think she does a great job with the fantasy. The idea of being able to escape into a book was unique. The only part I thought was a little hokey was the part with the dress. I get why it's there, but didn't feel it was necessary. There is for sure a series here, and I would love to see more adventures in the books. But so you've already read some of your doodaloo quotes. But do you have any others?
We'll go back and forth.
Okay.
You go, and then I'll read, and we'll just keep going back and forth.
Can a bookworm ever really call herself alone when she's surrounded by books?
I like that one a lot. You kiss like a dying flounder.
That was a good one.
I thought that was the best. I was like,
good.
Ew.
What a miraculous thing a book was. Whole world springing to life from nothing, more than squiggles on a page.
That was my quote. My next one.
Yay!
I think that's the first time we matched quotes.
Twinsies!
Oh my gosh, it's so wild. F word, F word, F word. So many F words.
You can fix a bad page, but you can't fix a blank page.
If you wouldn't mind to Control-Alt-Delete yourself.
Libraries store the energy that fuels the imagination.
Your card has been declined, and that's how it all started.
And this is accurate for me. Probably your dream library features a ladder. We all watch Beauty and the Beast, after all.
I'm going to tell you the entire time I was listening to this, I was just picturing you as Belle in a library, actually. Who the bleep is Libby Bibb?
Libby Bibb. And then this is my absolute favorite quote. It was because it speaks to my current situation. People who die with too many books on their to-be-read stack sometimes end up here. The ones who don't feel they can pass over until they catch up on their reading.
I'm glad you read that quote because you have a fan on YouTube who commented on the one that are the journals. What's that book that you're reading that's volume journal 1?
Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyons.
Yes. She commented that she loves these so much and a whole bunch of other things. And then said, I'm so happy to know. And this is another person said the same thing on TikTok, and you can go see that one too. But both of these gals said, I'm so happy to know that there's someone else out there in the world that has a very large and overpopulated TBR. And the one on YouTube is because she saw your in the background.
Yeah, it's in the background.
And the other one is because she watched your March TBR poll.
TBR in a jar.
Yes, your TBR in a jar.
Book 3.
Yes, and the gal on YouTube had a lot to say about that.
Oh.
So I just hearted her. But you can always pop over, see that comment, and then you can message her back. And then I think this quote, and I wondered why the thing was happening all over the interwebs, but as soon as I heard better to be a book dragon than a bookworm, and it goes on to that, then I understood the book dragon.
Yeah.
And it's very clever. I now want a book dragon plushie.
Oh.
Maybe it looks like the librarian with her purple glasses.
I need the purple glasses,
with
yeah.
the books under her
Yeah.
or in the claw.
That would be good.
I hope, Kate, you're listening to this special bonus episode. So,
Please.
I had words, and other than book dragon being on my list of vocab words, you're the English teacher, so I didn't even look these up. So I don't even know if I can say them. But what's the word and what does it mean? Okay.
Acerbic means a very dry, sharp sense of humor.
Okay.
Like I describe Tom as acerbic.
Okay.
It can come across as, it's not quite sarcastic. It can come across as kind of rude, but he's just very acerbic. Is that an L?
I don't know. Am I spelling
Liminal?
my cursive? Yes.
I mean, I know what subliminal means. It means below the surface.
All right. Well, maybe liminal.
Liminal might mean surface.
But we're not Google.
I'm gonna use my context clues and my prefix, suffixes, and root words like I teach my kids. Sub means below. Subliminal means below the surface. So liminal might mean surface.
Perfect. See, guys, we don't need Google for everything. This is what I loved about it. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, we get this on our map challenge as Boston.
Yeah.
Yay!
That wasn't but I'd already read a book in Massachusetts.
Wait a minute. Let me see, because I think I did too. I haven't done my map on that. Yeah, me too. This is my second Massachusetts book.
Yeah, I didn't need another Massachusetts book.
I feel like we should put ×2 next to it.
But I've read like 3 books in New York. Like, where's my...
Already? 3
Yeah.
in just New York? Wow.
Yeah.
The map challenge. I know. And then because I have a fantasy map also,
Yeah.
I don't know if I actually can put all those other places in there because the books
I think
are
you
the
just put
books
the Astral Library
is
in there.
as the
Yeah.
map in my fantasy map.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know the map challenges in your journals.
Snap. Isn't that in Dora the
Yes,
Explorer?
I'm the map.
I'm the map. Okay, sorry.
So if you guys are Dora exploring in your journals, you have your world map, and when you read
Yeah.
about a location, you get to color it in. If you have your United States map, sameys, and then I have off world map because I read a lot in the sci-fi universe. But then I realized I'm reading, and that came about in the middle of reading Astral Library. Then I'm reading a lot more fantasy stuff, and I don't have a place to put that in my maps, and I created the fantasy map.
And that's the joy of journaling. The journaling can grow and change and evolve.
Guys, I hope your journals are growing and evolving. So let's wrap up Kate Quinn, this special bonus episode here. The cover. Let's talk about the cover. I would like some glitter.
It's fine.
Kate, glitter it. I mean, you reference yourself. Put some glitter and gold leafing on your name.
I mean, I would be interested to see what the physical book looks like. I mean, it probably has the same cover, but it probably has sprayed edges and all of that. So
Okay, so we need to go look at the physical.
I feel like a lot of times now with the physical books, especially with all the decoration that's going on the edges and all of that, I almost think that you can't just talk about the cover anymore. I feel like you have to talk about the book art as a whole and include the edges.
So then we'll do that.
But I mean, I've been trying not to buy any more physical books. Because of the TBR situation.
And yours is definitely out of control compared
Mm-hmm.
to, I thought mine was, but then, I mean, these people are now commenting to you specifically.
Yeah.
Like, Rachel, it's nice to have a friend in the world that understands what I'm going through. So maybe the TBR in the jar people are doing at home now. That would be really cool to see.
I mean, I'm not the first one who's done it. It's all over TikTok. It's just my way of being a little bit more random in my selection of books.
Right, otherwise you get in your right.
I just start picking the same things, or there's nothing I really want to read, I need to go to the bookstore.
Well, I'm imagining the cover because I haven't seen it, but I hope it has sprayed edges and I hope it has gold stars.
It has to have sprayed edges.
I hope. So obviously this has the potential to be a series.
Yeah.
I also felt like when I was reading this, I was into the Ink Spell series. Which they did one off of a movie and they did it terrible. Sorry, Brendan Fraser. I like you, but that was a horrible movie.
Who's on the cover of this month's AARP magazine.
Wow. Wow.
Talk about making you feel old.
Yeah. Wow. I know.
Yeah, we just talked about AARP. I'm
We
sorry.
did.
Just delete that. Or leave it in.
I'm going to leave it in because it's an important, maybe it's a rite of passage. We're almost to the point where we can also live in 55 and over communities. I'm like, and I'm trying to find the movie Airheads, which is a Brendan Fraser movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on a DVD because it's not available for streaming, and they're trying to get it by 2026. So do I wait to see if it actually gets to streaming, or do I go find the DVD? But back to
tragedies. Okay, back to Heart.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
yeah. So this made me think of that this could be a movie, but because they fracked up the Inkheart, Inkspell, Ink Death series so hard with their first movie, you can't go back and fix that, which is sad. That should never have been made into a movie or series, or leave it as just books.
Leave it as just a book.
Okay.
I think I've and we've talked about this before. I think I'm starting to have a hard time. Like, everything doesn't, like I said it before, everything doesn't have to be a movie. Everything doesn't have to be a TV show. It's okay to just be a book.
I agree.
Because I think that's in its best form. Unless it's the natural. Because then if it's the natural with Robert Redford, the movie is far superior to the book.
That does happen.
Not often, but it does. Robert Redford in The Natural.
I think you just love Robert Redford.
I do, but I also love The Natural.
Okay.
Such a good movie.
Okay. So listen, Kate Quinn, because of what they did with the Inkspell series, those should have just been left as books. The same for this one. Please, we beg you.
Leave it alone.
Just write more of the books, right? Like, we want this to keep going as a series? We do.
We do.
Okay. What's one thing that a reader won't see coming? What's one thing you think that a reader's not going to see coming?
A dragon.
That's
a dragon. I mean, yes, it's magical realism / fantasy, but I don't always expect to see dragons. But I've seen a lot of dragons in books. Maybe this year, it's not. I know it's the year of the horse, right? Is it the year of the horse?
Yes.
But apparently in my reading library, it's the year of the dragon.
Can you just make like a page about that?
Dragons?
Or a video? Can you please make a Year of the Dragon video of all the books that have been your at the end of the year?
At the end of the year.
Put this on in the back burner. Year of the
Dragon.
Of the book Dragon, starting with whatever book you had dragons in it.
Okay.
Gosh, R.R. Martin, we waited forever for you freaking dragons, but Rachel's getting them now.
So I'm still angry at that man. Anyway.
It's too good.
In this book... In the
Astral Library, yes.
Astral Library, he finished his series.
I know.
She was reading
You're right.
the book that has never been published. Do you hear that, George R.R. Martin? The book you're never going to finish.
I'm going to at him on social for that, for sure. Because
I'm pounding on my journal right now and speaking directly into my microphone because that is how angry I am with you.
I wish I videoed that because that was brilliant. Brilliant.
Sorry, we may continue. I apologize for my outburst.
It wouldn't be the Spilled Ink and Coffee Show without it.
I feel strongly about that man.
So let's both give our elevator pitch of who needs it in their life. Go, pitch this. Like give it all that emotion you just gave.
Oh, okay. Anybody who wants to read a book where George R.R. Martin finishes his series, Song of Fire and Ice. Anybody who loves Kate Quinn. Anybody who loves reading about books with a little bit of magic. I mean, this is just pure fun. Yeah. What about you?
Everybody should read this just because, I don't know, give me a minute longer.
Everybody. Libraries are so important.
Yes.
And I think they're a dying entity right now with funding, public funding, the kind of war on books, whatever you want to call it. Libraries are way too important to go away, and I think this is a celebration of libraries, and people need to go to their library or get on Libby and use the library to enhance your creativity, to enhance your thought process, and to just stop doom scrolling.
Anybody who has a mother, and that's everybody, should read this because whether it be your birth mother or your chosen mother, because I really feel that the librarian became her mother. And then in the end, it comes full circle when you hear the author's note that this was written about her mother. For the love of whoever you call mom, read that. Read this. There's just people who are on the struggle bus. Read it.
People who have had their identity stolen by Libby Bibb.
Perfect. If the last page could whisper one thing to the reader, what would it say?
Go get your library card.
I have nothing better to follow that with. Nothing better to follow it with. Guys, this is the Astral Library by Kate Quinn. It's all over the place.
Go get it. Go read it. Enjoy it. Visit your local independent bookstore and grab it. Check it out at the library.
And that's the ink on this special bonus episode. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
That's a wrap. Time to close the book on today's episode. I'm Rachel. And I'm Casey. If you had fun, hit the like, follow, and subscribe. Make sure you click on the bell icon.
You can also email us at spilledinkinkcoffeeshow@gmail.com. Send us your questions, tell us what you're reading, or share what we should dive into.
Until next time, keep your coffee hot
And your pages turning.
Bye, guys.